This video is a reminder and a refresher on how to properly navigate, work with, and format your passports this year. We've gone through this a little bit, and this is meant to reinforce some of the things that we talked about. First of all, to use passports, I'm going to go to everybody's favorite group, 7th grade social studies. And once I'm in that group, I'm going to go to the resources tab. And then you see a number of the bundles that we've got this year. I'm going to go to the Passport 7th grade bundle. And you'll find a number of things that could be useful to you for these passports. Websites, documents, different things. The first thing I would recommend you go to is the country profile template. And I'm going to go ahead and open that Word document. And this is going to help you organize a lot of your information. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to print this to my OneNote. And remember, once it prints there, you need to make sure to tell it to go to the appropriate location in OneNote. So here are all my social studies tabs. I'm going to make sure this does go to passport. And with this first 9 weeks, we are looking at Middle East countries. So I'm going to press OK once I have that highlighted. And there's inserted my country profile page that I can fill out. This is not a requirement, but I would highly suggest this. I think it's maybe a better organization system to take these pages on the side, and rather than labeling them and have them labeled by region, to maybe label one page per country profile that you are doing. For example, if in the Middle East, if I choose to do the country of Iraq first, I might title that Iraq, and then I think that will make things way more organized over here. You can later on call this whatever your second country is, your third, your fourth, and then it's real easy to add pages over here just by clicking New Page. So once you get to that point, it's there. Once you have your first country profile page in here, all the stuff that you will need, or at least a lot of the stuff you will need, is in your bundle. So I'm going to go back to that bundle. And the first website I'm going to go to is the CIA World Factbook one. It's a great starting spot. And I'm looking at Middle East countries, so I want to go over here on this map and make sure I'm in the Middle East right there. If I click on that, up will pop a list of Middle East countries. So you see all the countries you could potentially use. For this one, I'm studying Iraq, so I can click on it here. I could also click on it on the map, and it will give me all sorts of information on Iraq. Immediately you see a map, you see the country's flag. If you look down here, there are categories of information. Things on an introduction, geography, people and society, government, and so on. Lots of things that you could look through and find. Some of them are bullet points. Government type is one thing we're going to have to look at. Parliamentary democracy. You may know what that means, you may not. If not, don't just put it in your OneNote. Obviously add it there, but make sure you understand you know what that means. Eventually in the year, we'll just know it off the top of our head. Right now, you may have to look that up. What is a parliamentary democracy? Each of these tabs you can click on again, and it closes it. For right now, I just want to put one or two things in this OneNote country profile so that we know what they look like and exactly how to set it up. One of them I know that goes in there is the flag. So I'm going to right-click on this picture of the flag, and I'm going to copy that image. And then I'm going to go back to my OneNote, and I want to paste it down here in the spot where I'm supposed to put a flag. Now, at this point, it's too big. So I'm going to right-click and paste it out here. And then I'm going to resize that flag so it is the appropriate size to fit in that box. Looks like it might be close. Still a little too big. Okay, and there's the flag of Iraq in that spot. Obviously, you could add other things. It is a little easier to type out here and then move it in. So I'm going to type Iraq as the country name. Drag that and put it in there. We just looked a minute ago and saw that the type of government is a parliamentary democracy. So I'm going to drag that and put it in here. Whoops. Now I'm going to drag it and put it in there. So you're starting to fill these things in. As you go down, make sure for physical features, there are 2 to 3 sentences that go in here, and also at least 2 pictures. And you may find those on that CIA website. You may have to do some Google searching or searching on other websites as well. When you do the timeline, I think OneNote will make that pretty easy. You're just looking at 4 events that are in order. So for example, if they have in their history that in 1824 something happened, you can take that and add it to your timeline for 1824. You know, your next event could go down here, your next one here, your next one here. It will be fairly simple and fairly user-friendly to create that. Culture notes, obviously, it reminds you 5 pictures with captions underneath them. And then as a reminder, the one thing that is not in your country profile template is a space for you creating your quiz. So you just put that on here yourself. You're required to have certain questions. Make sure so that you know what those questions are. You can go back to your passport for 7th grade and look at that question block. That will remind you of some potential question starters. Be sure you put question and answer. Okay. Once you have finished one country profile page, let your teacher know, either Mrs. White or myself, and then we'll be able to kind of check those as you go. Some days we may say, all right, keep it in there, we'll check it later. But you at least want to keep us posted, and we will continually check with you as well to make sure we're getting things updated. So that's how that's how passports will work.